Anyway, Harp, we need to hear your bold prediction. Maybe it's somewhere between my lukewarm prediction and Casey's scalding hot one.
Yeah, I think so. And the way that, first of all, it's on the Calgary Flames. I got the shirt on right here. It's actually a Mike Camilleri shirt, which is kind of cool. Willie Stevenson, who we all know is a big Flames fan, gave me this shirt a number of years ago. But the way I'll describe this is like it's not a bold prediction today because of the start that they've gotten off to, but it's a bold prediction big picture, if that makes sense, because this team is obviously going to struggle. You know, they're not going to go 81-0-1. Obviously, they're 4-0-1 out of the gate. They've gotten off to an excellent start. They're going to have their struggles, and they weren't expected to do a whole heck of a lot coming into this season. But my bold prediction is that the Calgary Flames are going to be a playoff team in the Pacific Division. They will finish fourth in the division, and Jonathan Huberdeau will have his best season yet in Calgary. And so he's got 6 points in 5 games to start the season. I think he gets close to 80 points. You know, we saw Nazem Kadri have over 70, I believe, last season. I could see that for a guy like Huberdeau, and I think that the Flames end up making the playoffs in the Pacific because, I'm not really sold on the Seattle Kraken, even though they've gotten off to a good start. And I'm not really sold on the LA Kings. And then you look at Anaheim and San Jose, who are still rebuilding. So that would give you, in any order, Edmonton, Vegas, Vancouver, and Calgary. I think that fourth spot is there for the taking, in my opinion. That's what makes it kind of a bold prediction. And we already know that they are looking for some center help. So that is a good sign. They've gotten off to a good start. They've got a really nice mix of veterans with the Huberdeaus, the Uyghurs, the Kadris, the Andersons, those kinds of guys. And then the youth, Dustin Wolf, Connor Zary, who I think is slowly starting to become a star in Calgary, Martin Pospisil, and the list goes on. Then you have guys who are really trying to prove themselves and looking to get paid after this season. Anthony Mantha has gotten off to a terrific start this season for Calgary. So yes, it's not a bold prediction right now, but I think that it is kind of bold, big picture and where this team is going and what they were expected to do coming into this season. So really like their start, really like where this team is going. And I think that there's an opportunity for them there to really surprise like they have out of the gate and be able to grab number 4 in the Pacific. So Calgary to make the playoffs and Jonathan Huberdeau to have his best season yet with the Calgary Flames. And the last thing I'll mention is that, we see certain teams thrive in seasons where nothing is expected of them. We've seen that in the
It's true.
past, and so I think that that's really benefiting Calgary right now, and will continue to, and especially for a guy like Jonathan Huberdeau. So, what do you guys think?
I think that some people might say that you missed the alarm on this one with them coming out 5-0, but I still think that this is bold. I still think they're going to miss the playoffs, and I think they're going to just miss the playoffs, and that this is the type of season that can stunt a rebuild and kind of delay, make it a few extra years, because this could have been the season that they finally pick in the top 3 or something like that. Um, yes, Huberto has taken off, and I've been made to look silly so far because I said that he's not going to be able to score in this type of hockey that the Calgary Flames are going to have to play with a dump and chase mentality. I've been very wrong about that so far. He's going to have his best season as a Flame. I think that's the more likely part of this bold prediction. I'm not sold on this team yet. I don't know how long you're going to be able to ride a rookie goalie who's at a 960 something pace in save percentage. I think that their decor is looking weaker than it's ever been before. And it could, if this team comes back down to earth, look even more weak if they decide to trade Erasmus Anderson, who is a hot ticket out there. A team like Dallas would love him for their right side, where maybe they're only place they're lacking. But yeah, this is a good take. I like this. This is bold. It's a team that everyone was dumping on. They've come off to a hot start, and it could go either way. So I think it's interesting that you see them in the playoffs, because I currently don't.
Yeah, Harp, I think someone needs to count the days from when we talked about the Pacific Division until now, just to see the discrepancy in your belief in the Calgary Flames.
Oh,
because
I know.
It's been like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and your mind has totally changed on this team. You now think they're a playoff team, and I don't know. I'm like Casey here. I'm just not sold, but it is a bold prediction for sure. And I also agree with Casey. That's certainly the bolder part of the 2-part prediction. Saying that Huberdeau is going to get more than 55 points, which is his best season in Calgary, I think that's bound to happen at some point. And if this is the season, then sure, like that makes a lot of sense. I just knew that Huberdeau was going to bounce back and have an incredible year this year. When I picked him at 230th overall in our Boys in the Booth fantasy, I just knew. Okay. I was putting a lot of stock into having a great season this year, and that's why I picked him. But yeah, I could see it happening. The playoff thing, not super sold on it, especially like you mentioned, if they sell at the deadline, they're just going to get worse and they're going to want to have a higher pick. So I don't know about that,